to second this motion on consideration of the Senate amendments to the National Rating Bill. And as the Chair has said, Honorable Speaker, the committee has considered all the amendments and they agree with a number of the amendments as amended by our Senate, our colleagues in the Senate. Honorable Speaker, if you can protect me from the member for Emurua Dikir and the member for Kiambaa, but the laughter was coming from the member for Emurua Dikir. And you know, Honorable Speaker, these people who purport to be kingpins have a problem. You have seen the problems that we have in the Mount Kenya region because of this kingpin syndrome. Now the member for Emurua Dikir, who purports to be the Kipsigis kingpin, is now harassing the Honorable Kawanjiko because the Honorable Kawanjiko is able to withstand kingpins from the Mount Kenya region.
We will just ask Honorable Member for Emurua Dikir to keep the consultations low. That's it.
And especially the laughter.
That's it.
The laughter is choking. Honorable Speaker, I was saying when the Committee for Lands considered these amendments, they have agreed with a number of these amendments, Honorable Speaker.
Is it on that
and
same...
the amendments...
Hold on, Majority Leader. Honorable Kaluma, I hope you are not
majority,
on member.
Honorable Speaker, I hope you are attentive to Honorable Ichungwah, who is our Majority Leader and the Leader of the House. Honorable Speaker, did you hear Honorable Ichungwah say the Honorable MP for Emurua Dikir is purporting to be the kingpin, when it is something of which judicial notice can be taken, something which is acknowledged, that Honorable Joanna Ngeno is the kingpin of Rift Valley, something which was done in public, all elders, and it was duly enthroned. Why should our Majority Leader, who is our leader,
Member for Homa Bay Town,
undermine our exploits in leadership?
Honorable Kaluma, whatever flaw that was agreed on is not the flaw of this House. So, Majority Leader, kindly focus on the bill.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And the Honorable Kaluma knows I said purporting because, as you rightly say, Honorable Speaker, all kingpins purport to be kingpins, but are never appointed by anybody. Honorable Speaker, I was saying the Committee for Lands has also disagreed substantially with a number of amendments, and therefore, Honorable Speaker, it would only be right that we allow the committee and this House to have a second shot at this bill and the amendments that have emanated from the Senate, to agree with the Senate on the ones that they agree on, but also to move the House to disagree, so that we can have an opportunity through the mediation process, as provided for in our standing orders in the Constitution, for the two houses to be able to have an opportunity to sit. And I'm certain our Committee for Lands, or rather the members that this House may appoint in mediation without preempting debate, would be able to sit with our colleagues in the Senate and agree on those that are contentious, and we consider a mediated version of this bill, Honorable Speaker. Therefore, beg to second and do request the House to disagree with the amendments in the Senate, so that we may cause the setting up of a mediation committee. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to second.
I therefore propose the motion that the Senate amendments to the National Rating Bill, National Assembly Bill number 55 of 2022, be now considered. And before I give the members to indulge on this one, just to note that if this motion is lost, then order number 10, Roman 1 will not happen. If it is lost, the Committee of the Whole will not happen. And Roman 2 had already been stepped down by the Speaker. That is the Kenya Drugs Authority Bill. So if this is passed, then we'll go on with Committee of the Whole. If not, order number 10 shall not be called. Member for Funyula.
Honorable Speaker, thank you for this opportunity to say one or two words on Senate amendment, and specifically this motion. And Honorable Speaker, I can remember very well the acrimonious way we passed this bill in this House in October last year, when together with other technical professionals in this field, we had raised some far-reaching amendments that would have enriched the bill, so to speak. And the Honorable Speaker, I'm again afraid when it went to the Senate probably also just went to bed and slept and failed to pick out the genesis and the gist of the bill. But never to, regardless of what has come here, that's what we have here now. We would have to pass it, then indulge in any amendments after the requisite time provided for the standing order. Honorable Speaker, I want to join the committee in rejecting some of the amendments proposed by Senate. And this, I must say, it was either done in ignorance or impunity or lack of due diligence on how rating and evaluation for rating ought to have to be done and the international best practices. Honorable Speaker, if you look at the Senate amendment to clause 12, it's outrightly unconstitutional. It's outrightly unconstitutional because the mandate conferred to the National Land Commission and Article 67 is exclusive and cannot be shared by an amorphous body purporting to call itself Council of County Governors. There is no way, probably even a body that has got a passing mention in a legislation can purport to share the mandate with the Constitutional Commission. On that, I totally agree with them, and that also applies, Honorable Speaker, to clause 20, also applies to other clauses, Honorable Speaker. I totally agree. I also agree entirely with the committee on the proposed inclusion of new clause 24A. Honorable Speaker, you cannot purport to create an office in public service through such kind of a bill. Those positions ought to be either created under the Valuers Act or created pursuant by the amendment to the various respective acts of parliament. So I totally agree with them that cannot happen. Honorable Speaker, also when you go to clause 30A, Honorable Speaker, from a professional practice point of view, to prepare a supplementary valuation roll, there are circumstances that require the supplementary valuation roll to be prepared. And Honorable Speaker, valuation as a practice is at the date of valuation. You cannot backdate a valuation. So to purport to insert a clause that when you are preparing a supplementary valuation roll, you can only do it independent on the data or whatever was available at the time of undertaking a valuation roll, then it's to miss the purpose, professional purpose, academic purpose of a supplementary valuation roll. On that, I totally also agree with them. Honorable Speaker, I also agree in ownership of property, in the proprietary right of ownership of a property, there's nothing, nobody, no person called an occupier. Who was an occupier? An occupier connotes an authorized inversion. So to purport that an occupier can become a rateable owner is in a way to legitimize unlawful occupation of any parcel of land or property for purposes of conferring a title that is illegal. Honorable Speaker, in seconding the amendments, the rejections or the proposal by the committee, we also want to beseech the committee that when they go for mediation, they need to be very clear so that we